She didn't send me her partner for well over 20 years. I mean, oh, PDF, here's your bio. Dove Award nominee, Grammy Award winning songwriter Juanita Wynn began singing with her first, with her 5-year-old siblings, the Wynn sisters. Oh, cool, I can just copy this. Oh, good, I can copy this and study it. I can bring it in. Juanita Wynn bio. You recording right now?
Going on like this.
Oh, you live right now? Oh, you are? Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Sawadika. Hello, Chef Anna. Remember yesterday we were going to finish this pumpkin here? That depends on how much time I needed to get to get my artisan work on these pumpkins, because welcome, Chef Anna. Sawadika. From yesterday, I was saying that I wanted to make a beautiful decorative pumpkins out of this beautiful plant here. Okay, so I want to keep my word on you. So going to be involving a lot of carving. It's going to be a little bit of work and challenge and complications. But if you stick with me, perhaps you'll be able to do this with a lot of practice, okay? Because even I have gone through some practice, I still make a boo-boo, but it's just for fun purpose, okay? Nothing serious. So I want you to enjoy it, okay? So maybe one day we'll try together where you go get your own pumpkins and let me know when you want to try it, right? So yesterday what I did was that I cut and make an opening, and I already got some artwork on it. Yeah. So the reason we cut the opening, because remember that we're gonna fill it with custard, and then once we have the custard, we will bake this. No, hold up. We're gonna steam this, okay? Baking might be good, but then typically we steam these things. All right, so welcome, Chef Vina. Welcome all of you. And yesterday I did a little work ahead already. I removed the spongy part of this pumpkin. So this considered, well, my Cambodian people said that this is the Japanese pumpkin. Okay, it's not so much different from the pumpkin that the kid used for during Halloween. Okay, but what's so different about this pumpkin is that it's the texture is harder. Okay, so it's going to be challenging to even carving it. Okay, so you see it. You can see it. It's solid. Okay, I tried that yesterday, trying to carve it, and I found it's a little bit challenged. This is my first time doing the pumpkin, so let's learn this together. I have tried something simple, perhaps carve the persimmons, the watermelons, the melons, pineapple. That was easy because those fruits was fragile, so it's easy to handle. It's just one punctured and it's completely cut. Okay, but this is proved to be a little bit challenging. You know why? Because sorry, my TikTok. I couldn't get the right color to it. So with this is a little bit challenging because it's hard, and almost feel like I need a chisel and go with the hammer and go, pound on it. But let's see how well I'm gonna do this. I wanted to peel this to give like a really clean look, but I still need some of this beautiful color here. But if I do peel it, okay, maybe I just peel like the first layer of it, okay, and it still give me this beautiful baby green here. See it? Okay. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'm just gonna remove the first layer of the skin. That way it's easier. It's easier to carve. And if it turned out terribly, we'll do it again. Remember, first time it is not perfect, okay, but I thought it would be something fun to share with you. I have not tried pumpkin carving yet, but this is going to be my first time. However, I'm going to make it fun for you. If I messed it up, then I'll try it again. Okay. I mess it up all the time, so I'm not gonna deny that. That in cooking, as long as I am, I mess it up all the time. It's okay. That's part of it. It's part of it.
My headphones are sitting right here.
No, babe.
There's two pairs. Mine was sitting right here.
You're tied
you got
up.
Another pair in here. Mine was sitting right here. Right when you came, I had it sitting here. There's two in here. You took my pair, I think.
But I have 3 pairs from beginning. But you're welcome to him. Because you're tied up, mine's not.
Yeah, but mine was sitting right here.
But you're tied up. You're
yeah, but it was right here. So the whole time I'm saying it was right here.
No, you're welcome to use it when you find yours and return it to me. Because you're tied up, mine's not.
I know if it's mine. Let me see. That's
But yours
not
not tied up.
No. I know it's mine for a reason. Let me see that one. That was not mine. Hold on. No, mine has the extender on it. So no, those are yours.
Right, yours tied up, babe.
It's got the extender too. So.
I know. When I came here, I saw
It's
it.
right here. See? See the extender? That's
See,
how
I know
it's
why?
mine.
Because you're tied up. I tied it up for you.
All right.
So remember, I have 3 of this now. Okay.
Okay.
Don't be mistaken, because.
Yep.
No issue. I got 3 of this. I put my name on everything. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I love this peeler. It's such a fine. I'd be able to refine this this rind without complication. Okay. Remind you again, I got this from Thailand. I know that you probably find this in local Asian store. I don't know if American store carry this, but I'm not gonna wage on it because American store don't always endorse Asian product, and that's fine. I just know where to shop. Asian store. Nothing racist about it. I'm just saying in general, okay? Just information, your information. If Americans don't carry this because they don't know that we use this type of equipment. So you see the beautiful texture? That's what I like. Okay, first I was gonna do the whole thing, save the whole rinds, but then I say no, that would be too hard. If I don't finish carving today, we'll continue tomorrow and with the fillings. Okay. It's okay. It's all right. You are welcome to the bomb show.
Oh, no. I was trying to get rid of this.
Sorry about the chicken. I cooked
It's
it yesterday.
beautiful.
Good. I got it.
Okay.
I'll be putting it in the bag so it don't be.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Hey, look, are you on the same one with me?
Yeah,
Producer with
yeah,
Opal?
he's killing
He wants to come on with us live tonight.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I like his energy. And we get his audience.
Wow.
It's crazy right now.
In the house, ladies and gentlemen, Demetrius Chip, I'm gonna call it Chip and Stone Paxton. I'm crashing at his kitchen. You can come and say hello to my followers, my fans.
Right.
I don't have a whole lot over here, but see that? See how the beautiful the color is already? Okay, it's come out so nicely. And to this peeler, okay? I mean, a lot of peeler won't do this kind of fine peeling. But I have to go gentle on it too. If not, look, I just make a boo-boo right there, but don't matter. So today I'm just gonna do a very simple flowers. Maybe I'll do romdor, which is the 4 petals flowers. Or the rose is too complicated. I have not achieved that level yet. Okay, I'm just doing something simple so that it won't take me a whole 2 days to do this.
Oh, make sure you're not the license.
What is that?
I got a bag right there.
To achieve this carving, I went all the way to Thailand to do this, okay? To get all this carving knives. For some reason, I can order this online also. But since I had my trip to that's Stone Paxton, the singer, songwriter, and artist, recording artist, distributors, arranger, writers.
Recording artist, businessman. Keep it simple. You're trying to do it all.
Trying to complicate it. And I'm crashing in his kitchen today because he'd be recording on. Who are you recording today, Mom?
Saran from Philly.
Awesome.
No, from Texas.
Texas. She's in town. She's here already.
You got how many people you got? Sometimes you have more, you just don't seem like it is, but it is.
It's in and out. I couldn't figure it out because the hue on my TikTok is kind of a lot of color.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just gotta clean it too.
It did.
I just did it. This one you need to clean it too. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, here we go. It looked like Buddha's arm, so
Where's the
anyway.
That bag right there.
No. I went all the way to Thailand to get all the equipment. Believe me, I
Forgot what I did. What did I do with that bag?
Okay, so this is kind of equipment that I will need to achieve certain carving. Okay.
I don't remember what I did with that bag.
Especially this curving one right here. It'll do fine curving. It can go into the little area that I can't reach. Okay. And then this is the chisel here. This will do fine.
He checking dudes on his channel.
going now?
He going in. I like it.
I like him too. I'm down there listening to regular too.
We'll come down.
Okay.
We're gonna have him call us.
Okay, cool. Man, this was good right here.
Let's
Huh?
go right in.
Hey, Nick. So this is where I'll be shooting.
I'm gonna divide this into 4. Yesterday I mark and divided into 4 space. Okay, so we have, I mark it here. Okay, so we have 4 corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corner. Okay. Let me try to turn on more light. Okay. Would that help? I probably need the actual light, huh? Okay, so we're gonna divide this into 4 what do you call it? In 4 panels. That's gonna be easy to do because we already divide this into, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish I have a way to show it to you. Now, you know that the filling will be the custard filling will be making out of a whole bunch of eggs. So, unfortunately, it's something that I won't be able to eat because the food allergy. You can't really see it yet because it's still too greeny. Let me dive into a little bit deeper. We'll have to bring out the yellowish color of it. So what I'm trying to do here is just give the division on the different, what do you call it, territory. Okay, so what I do is that I will divide this into 4 individual called palette. Okay, maybe that's making more sense. So that way when I carve Then I have 4 individual rows or flowers that will be on each relief. I think that's what you call it, relief. Or leaf. Leaf or relief? Leaf. Shoot, my English is getting pretty bad. I need to go back to school or so. So what I did was to draw a line, okay, and then to enforce it with a little bit of chisel it out. So to create the line, the division between the palettes or relief. You see the beautiful yellowish color in here, okay? And then we have this beautiful out layer of the rinds, in layer of the rind. We already removed the first layer. So this is in layer. This is like the most important nutrients of the fruits, is that we're not trying to eliminate all the colors on here. Okay. So I got half of the division, okay? So right here, one here and one here. So now I'm gonna do the other half, which is the quarter, which I mark it here. Some will appear bigger than the other, don't matter, okay? Don't go overwhelmed with the perfection, because this does not require perfection. It just requires anticipation and having fun in cooking, in the art of making food. We are not in competition. I'm not in hell kitchen with Ramsey, so I'm not worried about the time pressure. I'm on my own term, so I'm cool. Telling you, it's gonna be a little bit challenged because pumpkin is so fresh. Last night I washed it and I refrigerated it, so it's even more fresher. So simple, right? I mean, I just mark it a little line here, and then I just go in between the line here on each side to expand the line. It was a lot funner when I was in Thai school, learning how to carve this thing a long time ago, perhaps 45, 46 years ago. Hold on, probably more than that, when I was only 16 years old, 17 years old. It's been over 45 years since I left that school. I'm trying to remember some of the skills that I learned. But back then I didn't take seriously because I didn't know this is going to be my, it's going to be my dream goal, right? To be able to transfer some of this knowledge to you. So you see it? It vividly indicate that we had divided this into 4 portions, the palettes, or what you call it, the space, the pentagon. Can't be pentagon, so before. So today we're gonna be making flowers with just a few petals to make it easy, make it enjoyable, not trying to stress you out and confuse you, anything like that. But if you try to make this, and let me know next time we'll do it again. Okay, we can carve them together, but you can also save this video so that way you can always come back and reflect on it. So this is a multi-function peeler. I grate the coconut with this. Okay, it did not the best work because it's so fine. Okay, and I don't have that perfect straight of coconut that I need. So this part is very sharp here. It got me yesterday. See it? And it was not in the case, so it got me yesterday when I'm searching for amid my cover. And then this little zigzag here will allow me to cut the to make the fruit a vegetable, a little wavy here, okay, a little zigzag here, and then it's a multifunction. I can peel this also. Okay, see it? Okay. Yeah, because my bottom is kind of uneven, so I'm trying to even it up. We're not going to do too much on the bottom of this pumpkin. Okay, let me pause a moment to drop in to say hello to you. Welcome, all of you. This is Chef Anna today. As I was saying yesterday, that I'm going to be working on carving this beautiful Japanese pumpkin here. It had a name for it. I'm not even trying to research for. So it's so fresh. Okay. Because the freshness is going to be a challenge for me trying to carve it, because it is going to need a whole lot of muscle to yes, it does look like what do you call it, watermelon, right? I mean, watermelon is easy to carve because of sponginess, but here is no sponge. The sponginess is
Like
the
a pumpkin,
seeds.
huh?
It is pumpkin. It relates to pumpkins and squash, but this is the Asian version of it. Okay. So I just want to welcome you, all of you. สวัสดีค่ะ สุขสบาย สบายดี hello, okay. สินเจ้า So yes, so we're gonna have fun today. No stress, all right? Just enjoy. Okay. If you think that you're gonna try it at home, you always can go back and look at these videos. Okay, it's gonna be long because carving is not easy, especially on something this hard. Okay, so we're gonna do something simple. We're gonna do the flowers. Okay, so I already have a vision of what flowers I'm gonna be making. Okay. Sorry. Let me get rid of my gum because
Yeah. They say in school, don't chew gum, remember?
I many years ago I do presentation on cultural differences, right? So I had a beautiful videos and video presentation that I created, and I was doing presentation. I forgot that I had gum in my mouth, right? So I was chewing and talking at the same time. It was like a therapy for me, because when I get nervous, I chew even harder. So because it was a formal gathering, right? So people write note and said that that the presentation was eloquently presented, but the only thing that was bothered them was that I chewed gum while I did the presentation. Well, I multitask, I talk and chew gum at the same time. How often can you do that? Can you chew gum and talk at the same time? No, that. Okay, so my apologies. Okay, so let's go ahead and make something simple for us, okay? I have the right equipment. Nothing can go wrong. If it does, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm not going to even try to cry it over it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and make something simple first. I'm just going to I'll let you see in a minute. Okay. What I did here, I created a triangle. And then I'll go and chisel it out. Do I need farm hand for this? telling you, this pumpkin is tough. It's not easy like watermelon nor spongy fruits. What time you have to do it? Let me know when I.
That's not gonna be till later.
Oh, cool.
Sharon's not even here yet.
Oh, cool. So I have time to do this. I forgot my charger, so I'll stay as long as my battery is on my iPad. Okay, let's say that I forgot my
What kind of chargers for the iPad?
Ooh. It's similar to that same head.
It's the same as that? That's a regular charger.
No, it's not the iPhone charger.
The inside, the one that goes in there looks like this? That goes inside there?
Yes,
Oh. What's the other side? Look the same way?
same.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so simple, right? I'm not trying to stress myself today because the pumpkin is a little bit difficult to handle anyway, because it's not easy like fruit. Okay, fruit is spongy and I can achieve it in many design. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, it's gonna be it does the mark right here. Okay, welcome. I appreciate all of you being on here. Okay, we just trying to have fun. So we're gonna create 4 of this. Okay, so it's gonna be patterns of it. I wish I can just like fast forward with my life. That'd be crazy, huh? When I go, it'd be like my life. Okay, so what I did with this is that because we made a little triangle here. Okay, so see it? Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. Ooh, but this one is a lot bigger than so it started here. Okay, so we're gonna work toward that way, downward. Okay, until the end meet, like we do here. Okay, because yeah, it's gonna meet here. So we got one done. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do the same thing. We just chisel parted it out. Okay. Because we already had line form here, all we do just went around and carve it out like that, and do both way. Okay, and the inward and the outward, that will create this nice line, nice design. so windy today. You can hear it, huh? So how's life going for all of you? Hey, I appreciate the heart. I love the heart. When people send me heart, it's just keep it in here. Right, so we have 2 now. We got 1 done, 2 done, and let's go to the 3rd one. So remember, we create this line here. Okay, we puncture the lines and make the line go across this way. Okay, almost like a heart shape rather, but is to work on that line that we have. Okay, just remove part of the pumpkin here to create that line, the 3D look. I definitely need more light in here. I'm going blind, seeing the same color. Got it? A lot of fun, huh? Telling you, gonna make cooking fun. Otherwise, we're just gonna fall asleep altogether and be dreaming about why I'm making dessert. Have to check on my YouTube channel when I carved the persimmon. I can't remember what episode that was, where I did my persimmon carving. Persimmon is so little and it was a lot harder to, it was so much simple to deal with, and the color was so magnificent, beautiful, because it's in orange color. Okay. And I did so many style of it. I had a few more videos that I have not released on carving the persimmon. So when I have time to be available to do that, I will release more of my food carving on the persimmon. Here we got 1 more. So we have 3 of the panel done. Remember, we have the line here, right? So that is just the guide to our carving here. How are we doing? How the family? Happy Sunday. If you did go to church, how was the service today? Isn't today, no, it's not, honey. It's not. It's not Easter week, huh? I know that because I attend church too. I love. So I have 4 corners of this little triangle here. Okay. Maybe I carve it a little bit deeper, that way we'll bring out the yellowish color from it. Mama, we save all this so that we can put it back to our fillings, okay? When we make this in our custard. you know, let me share with you a little bit about the Thai cultures, especially. Well, Cambodian also, they embrace this fruit carving in the olden day, where we're serving the king and the queen and the consort. I know I got this one tinier and it got longer and bigger. That's why I said chef is not having her perfection. It's not possible to do that. Anyway, so this food carving here has a history. Okay, it's history of people who come from dignitarians, or even what do you call them, the commoner, the rich people, where they're so particular about eating to make the food expensive and extravagant and flamboyant. So they desire that all the meals be carved and turned into a beautiful artistry, and serve the family and make them feel so powerful, so important, so flamboyant, you know. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So now I think I'm gonna put some flour here. Okay, so but before I do that, let me make something else fun. And that tradition had died down due to time. Okay, when people no longer, some of those commoner had died down, and the generation had shift from that strict cultures, and the silver spoon attitude had died down and all that, so they no longer practice those values. It's just like the American in the olden day, where people born in a silver spoon family and they'd be eating with their golden spoon, or even silver spoon, silver plate. Okay, same thing. Say for Thai people are more into artistry and carving the food and make it look like important, you know, because they are important people. So everything that's served on the table will have to be, you have to live up to that standard. So especially when they have daughter, and then the daughter would get sent to cooking school to find a culinary carving and cooking food, so that if she's married to the king consort or rich family, and that she will represent the culture where she will serve her husband and her husband family, and that all this cooking skill will reflect the family name and fame. But a lot of rich people, a lot of rich young ladies who are born in a silver spoon or born in a commoner family, they don't cook, because they rely on their servants. All right, so we went ahead and created more design on the design that we had, was that little triangle here. So I just added more line in between it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try my first flowers right on here, because like I said, it's such a hard fruit, so it's not going to be easy to even trying to work on it. But when I was growing up, my grandparents are Thai descent, so they pretty tradition. They, I know that we want the commoners family, but my grandparents always teaching family the importance of beautifying the food before it's served, right? So what happened was that I remember my grandparents were doing this carving, but being me, I wasn't curious unless I'm being told to do or being asked to do. Otherwise, I would stay away because old people those days, they're mean. They be give you a sandwich head for no reason. You got to do it right. You don't do it right, they were trying to give you a sandwich head, and that hurt. And when that happened, I do not want to stay around. I do not want to stay around when I'm getting sandwich head for not paying attention. It's true though, those days, it's all family matter. No one protect anybody. If the kids are not behaving, then everybody take turn punish us, the whole village. There's no way that you can run to aunt and uncle for refuge, if you do something wrong. And if you run from grandma and go your auntie, and your auntie gonna hit you anyway because you run away from your grandma and supposed to get my punishment. So it not always helping. But growing up in Asia taught me a lot of values, The value is that when they teach you something, you better pay attention. You don't pay attention, they're gonna give you a sandwich head. They go on your head, and that hurt. Better yet, when so I went ahead and make the center of my flowers. Okay. So plenty of that coming from, and I was growing up in a time where we don't have stainless steel cookware. We were using the terracotta cookware, right? You have to be careful with it. If it's not, then it break. If it break, then mean it I get punished for it. I'm gonna make the center of my flower. So in other words, get punished for everything. That's why when I raise my kid, my parenting skill, my parenting technique is a little bit different than the way my grandparent was teaching us. That was too autocratic parenting skill. It was too harsh. Okay, it was too much of hassle. So what I did was that I add the center of our petals. Okay, so I'm gonna add about 4 petals, as possible. Right. I remember when my mom was at the farm helping my dad with the rice paddy or water buffalo, whatever it is. But in Cambodia, it's always raining, and when it rained like dog and cat. There's no vacation about it. Okay? So there's no vacation about it, and soaky wet everywhere. And then the terracotta pot, it looks similar to the pumpkin here. Okay, you can use for soup or for cooking, what have you. And then when I accidentally stirred too much, and I got in the habit of when I stir, and then particles of food that left on the ladles, and so on the terracotta pot, and the dangy thing split open. I try to hide it, but then they know there's something missing. So all right, so there we go. So I'm gonna have to design the 4 petal that I need. So I'm gonna divide it into 4 half. Okay. And I probably only have 3 petals because I already have this in the way. But no kidding. This I can do more than that. So yeah, being Cambodian is no easy, man. But I'm glad that I was born as Cambodian because it taught me a lot of things that otherwise I never gonna learn it anywhere. But I'm glad I did. That I'm born as Cambodian, Thai descent, what have I. That really taught me many values that I carry with me up until today, and that's so important for me to pass it down. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals, and I didn't have the petal up here. Let's take care of that. Okay. Okay. So again, because it's hard for me to navigate around this thing to create the petal. I'm going to try my best, okay? It may not be the best petal, but it's going to come out. Oh yeah, then get punished for everything. Sometimes when I lay down in my bed and think back when I was a little kid, I get punished for everything, right? But then I think that's all our grandparents, that's the only way they know how to treat each other too. Husband and wife, they beat each other and there's no police call. I mean, maybe the family will intercede and break up the fight. That's it. I mean, as far as getting support from the family. So if that's how they're growing up, and I mean, you can't really blame them if that's the only way they know how to treat each other without that much of kindness, loving. But they love each other though, I mean, don't get them wrong. I mean, they love each other, but it's just tough love. Okay, so we have our first petal. It's coming up. Okay. I'm not sure. I think I should strip some more of this greenish color so that way you can see the color better. See. Okay, let me finish carving the petal first, and then I'll strip more the greenish out of it. That way we're on the same page here. Okay, so this carving knife sharp. Is about looking at my finger. So the reason I share that this common culture practice in Cambodia, I saw that in Thailand too, because I'm Thai descent. I know a little bit about Thai culture also. I mean, we fall in the same category where you're not protected. If you're married into a cruel man, then you live with a cruel man, and how you get out is to run back to your family. That. I'll tell you a story. when I was about 7 years old. I think I'm full of adventure. I'm very adventurous. So we live in a farmhouse. This house is erected on the top of the riverbank. And when it gets flooded during the monsoon, I get to fish from the staircase, sitting on my staircase, and then cast the fishing pole. We don't have anything fancy fishing pole like you do here, okay? But my fishing pole is made out of bamboo stick and some yarns, and lucky if I had hook. So so what happened is that one day my brother was out in the orchard area, and he both of them were on the tree, my oldest brother and my youngest brother, and being a girl, I'm not allowed to even climb tree because we don't have the proper attire, clothes to climb tree, right? Because girl, those days we don't have undergarment. We wear the sarong, and it's not like American clothing, but it's waistband. I wear long sarong, and was out in the orchard area, and my brother was on the top of the guava tree. If for those who know what guava tree is, so we have so much of it, plenty of it. So anyway, so because I'm not allowed to climb the guava tree because I don't have the proper attire to get on the tree, because if my mom find out that I climb on the tree without with the sarong on, she gonna find a stick and did what she normally do, yeah, that was, and I'm not mad at her. Looking back, I'm like laughing about it because I always get hit with everything. So I asked my brother to please pass some of the guava down, and they're trying to be funny, so they take a bite and then they cast it down for me, and take a bite here and then cast it down for me, and that because they're trying to irritate me. So so then it leave me not much choice but to climb on the guava tree to get some guava for myself. So I wrap my skirt together, I bind it up, and in a very tight, secure, very secure, right? So for sure that it's not gonna come off. So I went on the tree and enjoyed the guava, and I saved some to bring it down with me. So again, I used the skirt to like put my guava in the skirt, and I bind it up. I fold it up, because it's the rubber band. So I put guava and I fold it in the way that it just serves that little bag here. So I heard mom say, "Hey, dinner's ready." So, but she didn't come down to the orchard near the house. It's only about 40-50 yards away. But she didn't come down to check what I was doing, so luckily. So then my brother went ahead and come to the nearest jumping spot. So they jumped off the branches, and one by one, the two of them got off and jumped off the guava tree safely, because we climb tree, we next to the monkey, because we are like skilled tree climbers. We climb on every tree. We climb on guava tree, the tamarind tree, save the coconut tree that I have not tried. Okay, any kind of orchard tree, I climb them. So when that happened, I too came down. I found my safest spot, and with the guava around my waist area, and I make my jump go, right? I land safely. But guess where my skirt is? It got caught in one of the dead branch. So my skirt was still flying in the air on the guava tree. But I was naked down because it was elastic band, right? Did nothing hold when it got caught in the branch. I just went with no bottom on, and my and the guava just spilled all over. So I think my mom witnessed that falls, and man, she came over with the stick. Oh, my brother was safe. They already got home and getting ready for dinner. I'm the only one that got caught flying in the air with my skirt still on the top of the trees and coming down naked on the ground. But you know, I mean, the child being naked in Cambodia is normal. In the olden days, you see kids running around without clothes on. It's normal. So, but for me, I got older and I'm a girl. My mom is not about to have me run around without clothes on. So she came with the stick, and she got time to go look for the stick. Yeah, that's what they hit us with, the stick. So she went looking for the branch, nearby branch. By the time she's trying to grab the branch, and I took off running, man. I'm not gonna wait for that stick to come down. Shoot, not again. I just got spanking not long ago with doing something crazy, so I'm not about to get another spanking. So, you know, I'm living near the river, on the top of the river bank. So I had run and trying to escape from getting caught and hit by my mom so many times. So I'm on the sand dune along the river. So I was like, slow move, slow move. I heard my mom say, Vana, come back. Vana, come back. Vana, do not run. Vana, stop. You know, if I catch you, I'm gonna hit you more, because if I irritate my parent by running away from my punishment, I get more. Hey, look. You see it? You see it's coming? I'm telling you. So stick around till it's done, okay? It's going to be beautiful. And listen to my story also, because it's really funny. I can laugh about it right now. Before I can't laugh about it before. I'm like, why am I being treated like this? You know, what did I do wrong? But you know, it got constituted. I did a lot of wrong. I'm not one of those nice kids, you know. I'm just too adventurous, too daring. You know, my brother and I are only 18 months apart, but people that don't know us think that I'm the oldest, because I'm bossy. I always get my brother in trouble. Me too. You got me in trouble too. Shoot, we beat each other like combatter. You know, we combat. We always in a combat. We fight just about every day, because there's always something to say about me and making fun and joke about everything. So, yeah, I have a pleasure of beating him too. No, we don't do that now. Well, in the olden day, believe me, I'm not allowing anybody to even have fun of making fun of me. I learned to fight and defend myself so young. You know, even people in the village know that. Don't mess with me, because I can go crazy. So, running on the sand. If you have not been running on the sand, but it's not like sand of San Francisco beach, right? I mean, this sand is loose sand, so it's so hard to move it when you sunk your feet into the sand, or you trying to move and run away from your mom being caught. It was so much effort. So finally, I look back. I didn't see my mom follow me, because she's not stupid to follow me running on the sand and make her tired. So she just let me run. She knows that I'll come home anyway. She didn't have to go look for me. I'll be coming home, so she's just gonna wait for me at home. So being a little stupid at the time, so I think that I'm safe at the moment. But you know, I forgot that when I come home, I'm gonna get more. Anyway. So I know that she's waiting for me and all, and with the stick that she just collected from the branches and all that. So I finally come home, and And yeah, I got it. I got it good. So, you know, that I was running without my skirt, right? I didn't have time to go retrieve my skirt. So my skirt is still flying on, on the guava tree. I was running. I was running with no clothes on. I was like, dang, girl. And then when I got a moment to think, look at myself, ooh, all right, I gotta go home sooner because I have no skirt on. I have my top on, and then yeah, but if I take the top off, then I don't have bottom. If I cover the bottom, I don't have the top. So yeah, the one the scenario. So I went home anyway. So mom was waiting, and she by this time she chilled down a little bit. You know, I mean, she waited a little bit, and she was worried about me being hungry. But I I I served my sentence by gotten a little spanking there because I had no skirt, no insulation. So man, it hurt on an empty, on an open butt, you know. So she asked me every time she strike, she said, "Do you remember not to go up on the guava tree anymore, Vanna?" At the time, they didn't call me by Vanna, they called me by Sao. Sao, you know, I mean that's like is like it's a term that useful for dog and cat. Okay, it's like it's term for using for the kid to describe it. Is is it. So she was trying to get a confession out of me that I'm no longer gonna get on the tree again. Well, at the spur moment, I will say anything to get out of trouble. Said, yes, mom, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go back on the tree again, mom, no. But you know what? Climbing is my life. I ain't gonna give up because a little spanking here and there. Okay. So, how do you like? Okay. Yeah, let me remove some of the greenness. That way it'll stand out a little bit more. Okay. So, she served me dinner, you know, after she did a little spanking on my empty, naked butt, and then she finally told me that, go get your skirt on the top of the branch of the guava tree. Isn't that fun? You know, growing up those days was so much fun. You know, I mean, there's no computer, there's no internet, nothing interfere. So it's just simple, just so much fun. It just pure fun. Even I get hit for everything, breaking the terracotta pots and pans and all this stuff. You know, even sometimes when I drop my brother and sister because I'm being I'm a babysitter also because when my mom working in the field. So the baby watching baby, you know, I'm not very old myself, but then my mom keep popping babies. So when she helped my dad in the farm, so I left in charge. Dang, imagine Lavana in charge. So, but I got to help around with my siblings and all. So. You like that? That beautiful? This is what I'm talking about, okay? So cooking is fun project. So let me check on my battery, okay? If there's anything I wanted to be able to say goodbye to you. Let me say battery. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the heart, my TikTok fans. I love that about my TikTok fans. Always send me a heart. Again, my YouTube fan, gotta work on that. My friend, you know, send some love. Okay, look at all the work that I see here. Okay, the petal is not always perfect, but I'm not concentrating on being perfect because nothing is perfect in this life. So I got my first flower, and I'm gonna do a few more. Okay, and well, I have a few more exactly. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more flowers. This is a lot of work. I better hurry then, because before you guys log off. Shoot. Oh, how do you do it? Do you remember? Dang it. Okay. All right. This is the center of our flower. So I don't know what your childhood experience are. You grow up in America, not much probably, you know, especially if you're new, just being new and young and all that. You don't experience what we experience. Well, I don't know about you, but man, for me, growing up in Cambodia was a lot of work. But it's all good experience, you know, all that. I forgave my mom, and there's time when my mom said, when because my mom finally learned to appreciate me, accept me, who I am, and the way I am, because in my cultures, family, they endorse boys over girl, and so I just learned to accept the fact is that boys and girls are not being treated equally in Cambodia. So I just learned it that way, that it's okay to be different. I can't go back and feel sorry for myself for being born a girl. I love it, you know. I love being a girl. I'm not even gonna sweat about being a girl, because look at where I'm at right now. You know, I'm successful, raising 6 kids on my own without anybody help, without the government help. So they all turn out decent and business owner, entrepreneurs, and all that. So they make me proud of them, and that means that I'm doing something right. All that hitting here and there was just remind me that growing up in some other country where disadvantages are always going to be the hindrance. Though I see people post husband and wife beat each other in Cambodia, that remind me so much is that, man, you know, that's still going on in that part of the world. You know, it is sad, isn't it? You know, it is sad. So remember that I did the little a little design for the inner stem. And my mom had that conversation with me. Said, Vana, you know, I'm really sorry that I was harsh on you when we in Cambodia, and you know, and she apologized. I said, it's okay, Mom. Your parents treat you the same way, so you don't know it other way. You don't know another way. So you treat me the way you're being treated. So I just remember not to treat my kid the same way that you're being treated. So I'm cool with that. You know, though there's time that I did some crazy stuff. Not crazy stuff. With my kid, I'm cool with my kid. You know, my kids are good kids, so I never have to worry about them at all. They have been my blessing. And so what I do here, we just measure the not exact measurement, but at least it gives us some guiding posts. Okay, so I have here, and in the middle here. The petal gonna be bigger than I expected. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just sharing that growing up in different country beside America, where kids are protected, highly protected, and under the Constitution of human right. You know, some of us, we don't grow up in another country where human right is not being enforced. So we live through it. live through to tell, right? That's why America, I love America, man. It's such a great country. I don't care what everybody else said. I don't care what Trump said or do, but I'm a citizen now, so he can't deport me. If he does, you know what? If he does, I'm gonna have issue with him because there's no reason to even import me. I mean, import. Import is when you send a product out of the country. Deport is when you send a person go back to their homeland, or is that right? Is that right? Did I say it right? Okay, so let me remove this so that way it does not look so blindly with the color green. There. Do this is to allow the center of flower to pop up like a 3 days. Okay, see it? It pop up. Okay, and the petal does not. See it? The petal. Okay, so I don't know how petal is gonna be, but I don't care. I'm gonna make it as many. Okay, so yeah, so that's me growing up in Cambodia with my family, my mom. So even she now admitted that she apologized for I don't consider abuse, because everybody hit the kids and it's well disciplined. And I'm glad that, that my mom did the well discipline on me, I mean, I grew up to be a decent person, which I have to go back and thank my parents for disciplining me good, I mean, even the hitting is not necessary, but the hitting seemed like the only thing that they know how. So have to live with that. But now I'm not in that environment anymore. I left anybody who hitting me that applied my ex-spouses. They like to hit also, so they're Cambodian. So you know what? I sent one of them back to Cambodia, and the other one's here in United States, but far away from here. So the longer distance, the better, because I don't want to share the same planet with mean people. But I remove myself from that situation, so I'm free from all that chaotic and abuses.
Okay, let me see.
And so we good.
Good. Well, right now,
We deliver ourselves out of that bondage.
Offer, try for just $1. It has a free trial or try for $1. But don't give me no other options.
Yeah, so first petal. Now, I wish I can stop to chat with you because it's gonna take forever because this already take a long time to do. Okay. I wish I can. How do you lose your shoe, Mom? The color show better with yellow. The greenish kind of blind me a little bit. You want to hear more story about my life in Cambodia? Anyway, so this is a lot of funny story that have happened to me. Also a sad one too. The sad one, it make me cry when I have to retell the story. So I don't even like sharing them a lot, too much, because it bring back bad memories. But I'll share with you some of the crazy things that I did in the day. My dad is a farmer, right? So we live on the farmhouse. we have house in the village, and that was the honeymoon house that my grandparents built for my mom and dad when they got married, and part of their dowry also. When my dad married my mom, he have to come up with a lot of money in gold and cow in a day where dowries is necessary, you know, and that the bridegroom have to be able to afford to pay for the dowry in order to marry a wife. If you don't have dowry, then you won't be able to get a wife unless you run away with the bride and never return, because someone gonna wait for you with a stick like my mom did. Yeah. So what happened is that when I was about 5 years old, my dad had purchased some piglet, and supposed to be the pig that gonna be slaughtered for my wedding. So I'm only 5. My dad only planned my wedding already, my wedding feast already, because I think in his mind he's gonna marry me off to some villager, you know. So because I'm a woman, they're not gonna keep me running around too long, because they believe that educating women is just like educating a wrong person, because they believe that educating women will liberate them, and they will not be obedient to the husband or the family. So they don't educate women. And my brother got sent to the city to live with my aunt, to go to school, to attend school, while I'm being kept at the farmhouse with them to help with the siblings and looking after the buffalo and the herds and all that, right? So I always wonder in my mind is that you know, how am I going to escape this? How my brother got sent to the city to live with my aunt, to attend school, and I am here riding on the back of my favorite cow. I have my own favorite cow. So let's go back to the pig. So my dad went and bought a few piglets, and he built a pig's pen for it, right? So it's supposed to be my pig, so I have to be taking care of it and feed it and make sure that my pig does not wander around to the neighbors and destroy people's property. It was my responsibility to do that, so I'm okay with that, because all the girls in the village are doing the same way too. You know, their parents prepare them to marry them off as soon as they reach the puberty, maybe 14, 15. And so one day, well, I got the pig for a few years, and she became a big pig now, and my dad took her to the village and have her mated, so that way she can produce more piglet for me, right? If we have extra piglet, then we'll sell it and save the money for my wedding. Everything was planned out, and everything's my wedding. The pig is for my wedding. Sell the piglet for my wedding. I'm like, dang, I'm like plan early. I'm like, have no choice, right? So, but I have to be obedient to my parents, though. Otherwise, I'll be beat until I succumb. So I was taking care of my pig and my piglet. One day, I was feeding my pig and on the trout. I mean, on the little, whatever you call it. So my dad was home from farm, so I'm going to feed my pig as normal, and nothing crazy about it. And while my pig was eating, the chick came in and ate the food. So the mother pig, she was like very defensive, and and protect her territory. So the mother pig ate the chicken. I mean, eat the chick, because the chick came around and eat the food of their eat the food. But my pig was in the pen, so my pig can't be roaming around. So I have my petals coming. Okay. So my dad saw that my pig was eating the like take a big chunk out of the chick. So my dad saw that my pig was eating the chick because the chick came and eat her food. So my dad got so angry at my pig, so he came over with a log, and he hit my pig and in the head, and she died. You know, I was so mad, and I cried, and I didn't eat that day because I felt so bad. So my dad apologized, and he said he didn't mean it, but I was mad. I feel so bad for the pig, you know, and I was crying for my pig, and my dad called up the people in the village, and they came and cleaned the pig, and that was the feast. They clean up the pig, and they don't have to slaughter it because the pig's already dead. So they boil the waters and everything, and they skin the pig, and they distribute the meat. And yeah, everybody was enjoying eating my pig, and I didn't. You know, I was still crying. So that was my pig that I raised for piglets, so that can celebrate during my wedding feast. I was so mad at my dad. I remember that so badly. You know, up until now, I still remember the incident where my dad hit my pig and she died, and then the piglet had no mommy and to nurse on. So then now I have to blend the food in a way that the piglet will be able to eat without because she didn't have her mama to nurse her anymore. So I had about 6 piglets. So that was supposed to be my my wedding feast. But then as the year go by, I started having more piglet from the mature pig, and my dad took it to the village and had it mated and produce more offsprings, and then I was able to sell piglet and make money and save money of my own, and that was nice, you know. But my memory of my pig being hit in the head and die in front of me was like, it was still in my memory up until now. My dad is no longer here. He have left the earth a long time ago, 5-6 years ago, but I forgave him, you know. I mean, crazy thing happened in the family. Yeah, that was a sad story. I shouldn't be telling you guys that, but that's what happened. So growing up in Cambodia was not easy because I was born in early 1963, in the first month in 1963. So growing up, hearing the bombing, because it's time when the United States is still bombing on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. So some of the bombs are so loud that we can hear it, or we had big trench in the back of the house, and every time when we hear the plane coming, we jump into the trench and safeguard our life, because the propaganda was that American gonna bomb us, which he did. You know, they bombed the Ho Chi Minh Trail and thinking that they're killing a whole bunch of Viet Cong, the communists, Vietnamese communists, but literally, you know, they kill mostly the innocent people. So I have 2 more petals here. Okay, I have growing up in that environment, I thought that was like the only thing that there is. You know, I never knew anything about freedom or another country. I never know that there's another country beside my own country. You know, I remember I never been to school and learned anything. So Cambodia is the only country I know. I never know about Thailand until we make the escape to Thailand, and yeah, there it was. You know, I mean, and I know my family speak Thai, but they never tell me that where they came from. So until I discover later when we went to seek refuge in Thailand, and I said, wow, there's another country here. Wow, you know, I never knew about. So yeah, that's what happened when kids are not being educated, being sent to school. So the world is so little. They compare kids that are not in school just like the toad inside the coconut shell. You know, it's being sheltered in the shell or under the bowl, and that's all the world you have. You don't know that there's another um, there's another planet or another countries or another type of people around the world. Excuse me. So I never know. So all that time, all I knew was my family, the village, people from the village, my family, my grandparents from both sides of family, my maternal, sorry, a family. I know they speak Thai also, and I grew up learning Thai from birth, and then because we were living in Cambodia, so then I'm already bilingual at the time, you know, speaking Thai and Cambodian, but because I'm not in school, so I can't read in Cambodian, not until when I came to America when I self-taught Cambodian. So yeah, so that was a little bit challenge for me because I never gotten to first-hand experience any kind of life adventure beside living in the village with a whole bunch of villagers, which are most of them are my family. Um, and we weren't poor either, you know. I mean, we live on thousand of acre land where at a time where land was free. All you do is just mark your land and pay tax on it, and the land is yours. Slash and burn and claim it, and that was simple. Just like here in America, you know how we took the land from the indigenous people, you know. Same thing in Cambodia, we claim a land like that too. We just took possession of the land and measure and pay tax on it, um, and yeah, and the land become yours. So my dad had my dad paid 100 acres land for my mom dowry. So when they combined together, my mom had wedding gift for my grandpa, so they have a few thousand acres, which is too much even family to handle it. Okay. So my dad was a good farmer. He would hire people from the village to help him with his farm, and then my mom helping him also, and that's why I'm always be helping out with my sibling when my mom working at a farm with my dad, and because I'm the second oldest and my mom had 6 children altogether, so a few of those I have the opportunity of help watching them and care for them. And that's why my dad kept me at home, so that way I help with siblings why they needed, why both of them working in the farm. I understand all that concept, you know, I mean, but still my concept was is that there's a school in the village. It's only about a block away, and I'm being deprived of going to school, and when I'm walking in a neighborhood and I heard the kid recite the alphabet, right? And I used to stop by and just peek through the windows, you know, because in Asia school, it's underground and there's no air conditioning, so they always left the window open, and you'd be able to hear they recite the alphabets and their normal and their numbers, and to me it was like the best. Sometimes I'll stop by and just just peeking through the windows and looking at other children attending school, and I didn't get to. So even coming from that environment, do you know that I strive hard to study in English when I came. I was 17 years old already, and I struggled so much coming to America. And I when I was in Thailand, I attended grammar school in Thailand, and I was in second grade, and yeah, I was old enough to be in second grade, and I received some education in Thailand. I got to learn how to read and write in Thai. In Cambodian, I self-taught myself. And in Laos, I self-taught myself. In English, I went to school for it. I went to high school for 4 years. And I had 2 years of college education. So you know, to go back and looking at the opportunity for women in that time where educations are not being offered, you know. I mean, the education is there, just that the family said that, oh yeah, your woman don't need education. Her husband will take care of her. She's gonna be married off to some rich farmer, and she'd be fine. Her job is just to raise the kid and be barefoot. That's what we were told. So, but I'm glad of that, you know. I mean, I'm barefoot with my kid, but then I got myself educated, which is something that gone beyond my scope of dream by coming to America, and I never stopped learning. You know, now that I speak fluently in 4 languages, and that is far more than I expected. You know, it exceeded my own expectation. All right, so that's our second flower. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the delicate of the of the petals. You know, it's so beautiful. It's not perfect, but you know what? I'm not working toward perfection. So just stick with me, okay? I'm not here to perfect it. I just wanted something beautiful to look at. Yeah. So I think I mentioned to some of you already that I spent almost 6 years in the camp, refugee camp, because I left in Cambodia in 1974, and we were summoned in the refugee camp soon after. So my family are one of the lucky family that had escaped Khmer Rouge without going through the Holocaust and the killing spree and the work camp. So we got 2 flowers. Well, I got more petal on this because I have more space on this we call it palettes. Okay, so I have 8 petals. I have 7 petals on this one. You know what? Don't matter. It's all pretty. I'm saving this. Okay, remember we're gonna make this to make the fillings out of it. Okay, so let's. Oh, we only have 2 more flowers. We'd be good. Okay, so. I don't know what some of your childhood experience are, and I hope you have a good one. You know, if you're not a good one, then rectify it, live it, make the best out of it. I never got to talk about it in any session. We don't have mental health service in Cambodia or in a refugee camp. So when I came to America, I do work closely with mental health and help my people recover from their post-traumatic experience called PTSD. I have my own PTSD too, but I have mine under control. You know, but some who are not strong enough to withstand and prevent them from becoming victimized of their own nightmare that caused by the war or the killing or the abuse or what have you. Okay, so we all have to go through certain kind of unfortunate event in our life. So I'm glad that I make it out safely to Thailand, the land of my ancestor. So it was nice to go back home to my grandparents, and I'm not Thai citizen, so I can't even claim citizenship. You have to go through the same process, pay money and become naturalization. My mom, my dad are Thai citizen also, but because the children, I was born in Cambodia, so I'm not allowed to live outside the camp, because at the time I'm considered a refugee. So with my dad, with us, and he took us to the refugee camp, and he declared himself Cambodian instead of Thai. So he brought us to America. That was a long process though. It took us almost 6 years. Actually, my family is supposed to, my dad wanted to get asylum in France, but because my dad was struck with tuberculosis, living in the poor condition in the camp, and we have to get treated, and France was so particular about who to bring into the country, so our asylum got denied. So then my dad put another petition to come to America. That's where we're at right now. So we got accepted in America, but it was a long wait because they need a sponsorship, and we don't have any sponsorship. But we came through the Catholic Charity Program, the settlement program through Catholic Charities, where it was sponsored by the church and the organization. So that's how we came as refugees. So we settled in Stockton, California. Our port of entry was San Francisco in 1980. I was 17 years old at the time. Coming to America at 17 years old and didn't speak word of English. That was very, very difficult. So that's another chapter in my life, coming to America and have to learn the new culture and the language, and it was a lot harder than I never knew. It was a lot harder than learning Thai. Because Thai and Cambodian had its own similarity, so it was not too difficult to learn the language. But American languages, English language was totally alien. It was so different. It's nothing. There's no word that we English word that's similar to Asian pronunciation. So it was struggle for me. But 4 years in high school that taught me the languages and the survival skill, because high school was not. If I turn this around, this is the stem of the flowers. Okay, see that? So it was, the cruel treat was overwhelmed, but I made it through 4 years. Graduated at 21 and a half with high school diploma, and that was the biggest accomplishment for someone who came from another poor country. Well, we to the undeveloped country. Okay. Cambodian was not a poor country at the time. The Cambodia is very, very rich in natural resources. Talking about the abundance of honeys and crops and land. So if people own lands and live their own land, they're not poor. We're poor because we don't own land, we don't own houses. Okay, in Cambodia, you own land, you have to own houses. So you may not dress the best quality of clothes, but don't be mistaken. Okay, they have money. They have money. I didn't know how much money my parents have until we came to America, until we crossed the borders to Thailand, and that bag of money that they carry with them. But then at the time, the inflation was so bad, and the Cambodian money was no value, so it was like a waste of a lot of money. So yeah, 6 years in Cam was a major setback for me because I didn't get education in Cambodia. I get some education in Thailand. And so when I came to America, then I get major education. So I have to educate myself. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll be doing. You know, a lot of people on my age don't speak the language, and I end up doing interpreting for them, and that's cool because it helped me maintain the language. Believe it or not, I'm so happy. Okay, I want to make this petal a little fatter. Okay, so that way I don't spend too much time on it. And so I'm so glad that I'm striving so hard to overcome whatever it is that I'm facing, the demon, whatever it is, that it didn't swallow me. You know, it allowed me to progress and grow and be the best that I can be. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bigger petal. Okay, so to cut a chase on this because I'm not sure how much time I have on my iPad. I don't want it to die. Last time it died without me saying goodbye to all of you, so I don't want to do that. I forgot my charger at home. I'm not at home. So be careful though, because this piercing knife is pretty sharp also. Okay, if I do cut myself, make sure that you close your eyes, and I'm not planning on cutting myself. So what is your story? If you're born in America, you're very fortunate, right? But if you're from another country, share the story. Send me some stories. Send me your story. Share. Okay, it's sharing time. It's a storytelling time. Because story is part of our history. We all have our own history. Whether it's good or bad, it's our history. Just like our grandparents, our ancestors, they have their own history, you know, of the people who, the pioneers, are they have their struggles and their immigrant experience. Because I'm an immigrant, so I have those immigrant experience. I didn't come straight from Cambodia. I left Cambodia in 1974 and was in refugee camp from 1975 up until 1980. So a lot of years in refugee camp, and you know, being refugee is that you strip off your freedom. You cannot work. They not allow you to work. They allow you to stand in lines and get your food, and then there's a free medical care, but then, you know, that was just part of their donation from the World United Nations that was reaching out to save the refugee. So Thailand was paid to take care of us, and by opening up the border and provide a sanctuary for the refugees from Cambodia. So they believe that about 2 million people were starved and killed during the Khmer Rouge era, and then about 20,000 originally came to America. Okay. That, according to statistic, about 200,000 that came to America include me, not include the U.S. born to the immigrant, Cambodian immigrant. Telling you, pumpkin is not easy to carve, but I'm glad that I'm learning this. It's gonna get better each time, okay? I wish you can see it from the back. This petal is a little bit bigger. I designed it that way. I wanted a bigger petal. That way it would go quicker. I wonder if this charger is going to work on this iPad. Hold on, please. Because I don't want it to lose you without. It's always saying that my battery low for my YouTube. But guess what? Okay, Mom. I will say goodbye to my YouTube follower and fan. But I will share the ending result, okay, with the recipe that I'm gonna leave it on for you guys on my YouTube. Okay, and then the recipes and all the ingredients, I'm gonna leave it on the description, so that way we can reconvene at a time. I'm sorry about the cut short on you, because I forgot the charger for my iPad today. I have my phone, I have charger for, because there's a special charger for my iPad and I don't have it. So I'm gonna say goodbye to my YouTube fan, my YouTube follower, but you will get to visit with me later on when I'm ready to post all the finished cooking. So I'm gonna be working on, this is the third flour, so I have one more flour and then I should be done. Oops, sorry. And I will mix the custard, and we're gonna put it in here and we're gonna steam it. Okay, so let me close you out on my YouTube before I lose you. Okay, so before it die. Okay, so I'll see you when I'm done with the custard and the steamings, and I will show the final result on my on the short video. Okay, is that all right? Okay, thank you, YouTube fan.